Hello folks, Bob Wagner here again today. I want to talk to you about customer service. There's nothing that bothers me more than for me to go into an organization that I am giving them my money and then they turn around and treat me poorly, or sometimes they treat you like dirt. You know, you've been there. Let me give you an example. The other day I was training up in a major city and went into a hotel. We had a conference room there, that banquet hall that we were renting, and I looked around prior to starting my seminar, and I noticed toothpicks on the floor. You know, the kind with little furly things on the end used for hors d'oeuvres? Yeah, they were all over the floor. Napkins on the floor, pieces of food on the floor. They did not even take the time to vacuum the floor before allowing me to go in. They set up the tables. I looked at the tablecloths. They were as wrinkled as they can be. It looked like the tablecloths were laying in the bottom of a dryer for about a week. And they just threw them on there. They didn't care. Hey, they're clean, but it looked lousy. I went to the back of the room where we set tables up for resources to put on, and they had some of the tables with the fancy skirt around them. You know, you've seen them in banquet halls. And they also had these napkins, blue napkins on a white tablecloth in diamond format, placed on top of the table. Well, I didn't want those blue napkins on there, so I took them off. I took them off. I was blown away. There were stains on the tablecloth underneath. And rather than take the time to take the skirt off to put a new tablecloth on, they just cover them up with napkins in the format of a diamond, thinking that, oh, it looks pretty, they'll never know. Well, guess what? I know. So now I see what kind of service I have. I looked at the water that they put out for my guests. Styrofoam cups. Have you ever drank water out of a styrofoam cup? Come on. And now these folks are paying a couple of $100 a piece to come see me or come here and be trained by what I have to talk to them about, and they're going to drink water out of a styrofoam cup? I don't think so. And then what happens when I go to complain about this type of service? Yeah, I'm the bad guy. Like, I'm bad because I am expecting some treatment that is equal to the service that I'm giving them. This is a problem, folks. And one of the things that we need to do when we receive poor customer service, we need to speak up. See, when you don't say anything about it, nothing ever gets done. They think the client is satisfied. In most cases, it's not the owner of the corporation that are experiencing this. It's staff. It's management. And the owners never find out about it. I have no problem sending off a letter either. I experienced poor service all over this country, and then I experienced some awesome service. And that's one of the things you need to do. If you have a client base, you need to blow them away. You need to give them something that nobody else is giving them to cause them to remember you and cause them to come back, especially if you're in a competitive field. Let's just take a haircut, for example. Now, I've been to a number of beauty salons that cut hair, whatever you want to call them now, barbershops. I've been to a number of them throughout my life. And there's one in particular that I remember distinctly. Because when he got done cutting my hair, he put a hot towel over my face. Let me lay back. Wow, that felt so good. And not only that, he gave me a massage. He had one of those vibrating massager things he put on his hands, and he used it all over my back and on my shoulders. Oh, I can feel the chill bumps right now. One place in my entire life of getting haircuts that did that for me, and that's the only place I remember. I wish I still lived there, because that's where I would go to get my hair cut all the time. Two little things they did. Didn't cost them a lot of money, but it said wow to me. How about a restaurant? I got poor service in a restaurant one time. My wife and I were eating. Her meal was not made properly. And we complained about it. We said, no, we gave it back. We said, listen, we don't want any more. And my wife's the type, once her meal's bad, no, that's it. She's done. This particular meal was bad. And we were nice about it. We understand some people make mistakes back there. It tasted as though they left an ingredient out or burnt it on the grill or something like the sauce. About 5 minutes after telling the waitress, no, we'd rather not have anything, out comes the head chef. Had his towel, his apron, the hat on. He said, I'm the head chef here. I understand you weren't satisfied with the meal. Can you kindly tell me what was wrong? And we told him, and he says, okay, I can understand that. Maybe they left the sauce burning on the grill a little bit too long. What can we do to make it right? No, nothing, that's okay, just take it off the bill. No, 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 that's not good enough for me. Of course we're going to take it off the bill. But what can we do to make it right? We want to keep you as a customer. You open up that menu, take whatever you want off that menu. I don't care what it is. We're going to give it to you to go, and then some at no charge. That blew me away. Because a couple of weeks prior to that, we were at a restaurant, and my daughter's boyfriend ordered some lemon chicken. And it wasn't done to his liking, and he complained about it. He said, listen, I really don't like this. Well, I'm sorry you ordered it. You still have to pay for it. Now, that's one restaurant we're not going back to. This other one, you had better believe we're going to go back there. Not only do we get our meal free, but we also got extra rolls and condiments to go along with it, and an apology, bar none. It caused us to say, I like this place. Now, of course, there's people that would take advantage of that good customer service. You remember them, and you don't treat them the same the next time. I went into I had a diner across from my office once when I was living in Pennsylvania, and they remembered what type of creamer I liked in my coffee. I just asked for it once. They said they don't have it. I'm sorry. I went back a couple of weeks later. They said, Bob, we've got what you like. They went out of their way to please me. That makes a difference in customers. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a look at your client base, and I want you to think about what you do to blow them away. Or are you just like everybody else? In today's economy especially, you cannot take your clients for granted. You must give them exceptional customer service. Blow them away. Give them a reason to come back. And you know what? They'll even pay more money for the same thing if they know that they're going to get certain customer service from you. All right? Stay in touch with them. Companies that spend more time marketing for new clients and not much time taking care of their own have a revolving door. If you would spend a good portion of your day contacting existing clients that you've already spent all that money on to get, you might just keep them longer. So what I want you to do is, one, go through your client base right now. Look at them. Who haven't you talked to in a while? I'll give you another tip. I buy a lot of cars in my lifetime. I think the last count I had was like 32 or 34 cars. Out of buying 32 or 34 cars, you know how many people called me up and said, Bob, how you doing? You know, that car's probably getting 2 or 3 years old right now. Are you in the market for a new one? Just touch base, see how's everything's happened in my family. Do you know how many called me up? None. Not one salesperson ever contacted me to see how I'm doing or if I wanted to buy another car. You keep in touch with me, guess who do you think I'm going to go to when I need your service again? So, look at what you're doing with your folks. Are you doing something that blows them away? Here's a doctor office. I have a doctor. Went to him one time. He has a separate door just for people that are contagious. They have the flu, they have a virus, something that's contagious, colds. We want you to please sit in this waiting room. Everyone else go in this waiting room. That blew me away. Because can't tell you how many times I go in for a simple checkup and I'm sitting next to somebody that's cold and weeping and sneezing and coughing and hacking, and now what do you think happens 3 days later? I've got what they got, and I caught it at the doctor's office. Now you may have some doctors that say, hey, yeah, we want that to happen so that you come back again. Well, if I find out that's you're not going to get my service anymore. But this doctor that has 2 different waiting rooms, that tells me he cares about me. I like that. All right? Go through your customer service base. Look at who you haven't contacted in a while. Touch base with them. Pick up the phone. Hey, how's everything going? How's the family? Everything okay? You're on my mind. All right? I'm just don't even ask them for an order. They may give you one. But what you've done is you've just showed that, hey, you care about them. And the last tip I want to give you is those of you that do things for your customers. You know, Christmas time, send them that pocket planner, company logo on it. Nothing wrong with that. But how about making sure that your folks want those pocket planners? Otherwise, you're wasting marketing money as well. I receive 3 to 4 a year from different customers, different places that I patronize. You know what I do with them? Throw them away, or I give them away. They're meaningless to me. They don't do anything to me. Sure, I see their name, but that's not a token appreciation. Make it count. Get to know your customers. Do something that's going to benefit them. I go into the hotels that give out cookies. That's great if you're not a diabetic. But you go ahead and give a diabetic a cookie, and hey, you haven't shown them anything. And if you have a cookie there for everybody else and nothing sugar-free there for them, you've just told them you're not thinking about them. Right? Make it personal. Make it count. That's my tip for today. Treat your clients like kings and queens, and they'll come back to you quite often. Be much easier. Just spend less money on marketing. All right? Make it a great day. Be as successful as you can be, and then teach somebody else how to do the same. Have a good one. Till next time.